Hello everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back, and if you are new, thanks so much for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Once again, I want to thank you for your patience with me since I have not been able to get my videos out as much as usual or as much as I would like. But I think that I will be able to get a few out over the next couple of weeks and hopefully catch up on my regular videos, like this haul video. So today I'm going to talk about books that I hauled in June. All of them are books that I received from publishers and the Republic of Consciousness. So I have 6 books to share, and you won't be surprised that 5 out of the 6 are Canadian. I'm going to begin with books that I received from the University of Calgary Press and ZG Stories. And first up is a poetry collection that came out in April, and it's called Bodyworks by Canadian poet Dennis Cooley. All of the poems in this collection are about the human body, and it has themes of the aging process and the various physical experiences that we have in our lives, including mortality and disability. My apologies if you can hear the dogs, they're playing. I have never read anything by Dennis Cooley, so I'm excited to read his work, and I really like the themes, and I'm looking forward to seeing just kind of how this collection is all put together. Plus, I really like this cover. I think it's lovely. Next up is a novel called East Grand Lake by Tim Ryan, who is a Calgarian author. And this is also from the University of Calgary Press and ZG Stories. This is interesting because it's a novel, but it's a novel in 14 stories. So I'm thinking that it means that there are interconnected stories about the same people and time, but it'll be interesting how that's put together. And then the novel is about the Murphy family and an annual visit that they take to Grandpa's cottage. So the story has themes of grief, aging, betrayal, and mental illness. And I can kind of already imagine this large family gathering at the lake, during one summer. So hopefully I can get to this before summer is over because it has that kind of vibe. The third book from ZG Stories is one that I read in June, so I will be talking about it in my wrap-up, which I hope to post later this week. And this is Indigiqueerness by Joshua Whitehead, and this is published by Athabasca University Press. Now, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, then you may already know that Joshua Whitehead is an author that I have kind of been following for quite some time now, and this was a very quick read for June, which was Pride Month and National Indigenous History Month. So this was actually like a perfect pick for that. It is basically a conversation in which Joshua Whitehead answers questions about himself and about his writing. So I will definitely share more in my wrap-up, so stay tuned for that, because this is really a gem of a book. The last book from ZG Stories is from Highwater Press, and it is Last Standing Woman by Winona Laduke. And this is the 25th anniversary edition of this book. I haven't read it before, but had heard of the novel, and this is Laduke's debut novel, and it focuses on an Anishinaabe community across 7 generations. And the character, Last Standing Woman, is a storyteller, and through her stories, she shares the memories and stories of the community. Then European missionaries arrive and everything changes. So I think, what I'm most looking forward to with this book is the approach and the writing. Laduke has been compared to Louise Erdrich, who I still need to read. It's like so bad I haven't read her yet. But I consider that really high praise since Erdrich is so well respected. And I'm hoping that after 25 years, this story still holds up. And in many ways, I'm thinking that it will probably be even more powerful now. The next book is from Rising Action Publishing, and they sent me this Canadian historical fiction called The Roads We Take by debut author Christy K. Lee. And it got my attention because this is another cover that I think is quite lovely, but it's also about Canadian history that I know next to nothing about, and it has a strong female character. It takes place in 1885 when Clara Thomas, one of Canada's first female physicians, wants to begin her own medical practice. So for the times, you can imagine that this would be anything but easy, probably next to impossible. So I believe there's also a love story in this. And in some ways I feel like I already know like what's going to happen just from the premise of the story. But I'm hoping that once I read it, there will still be a few surprises along the way. And I do love when that happens. Finally, the last book that I hauled in June is from the Republic of Consciousness. And it's called Femke by David Cameron. And it takes place in Amsterdam. This book has a couple of things that I really enjoy. One is it seems to have quirky characters. Femke is described as having a magnetic personality, prone to petite malprocedures and destructive relationships, and is possibly a liar. So Femke is also the unreliable narrator. And the story also brings in other characters, such as a British filmmaker and his wife, and Dutch poet Michiel de Koning. So Femke goes on a bit of a search for de Koning's great love, and I think we'll find more than she is expecting. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting to this one. It sounds like it will be a lot of fun. I hope so. Plus this is an interesting cover as well. So those are the 6 books that I hauled in June. Thanks again to Zedgy Stories and all of the publishers who sent these books along to me. I really appreciate it. And I will put links to all of them in the description box below so you can go and check them all out. Please let me know if you have read any of these or if you are interested in picking any of these up. And please let me know what books you hauled in June. And which ones you were looking the most forward to reading, and which ones are you excited about. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.